Well, good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing today?
All right.
Yes.
I'm doing good.
Yep, Mr. Drill is on mute here. Let's try to see if we can get him back.
He's having a
Yeah,
refreshing drink.
hang on.
I'm drinking over ice coffee from my brand new automatic coffee maker.
Oh, nice. Is it is it bot device enabled?
No.
Not yet, right?
But it has like 7 different pre-programmed coffees. It makes a macchiato, an Americana, an espresso, and
Wow.
all kinds of stuff. And it has like all these attachments. It's fully automatic.
Mm.
So
it's fully paisano.
And it was very pricey. So
sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yep. I still think it needs its own Wi-Fi connection.
But it's amazing. Absolutely amazing coffee. So.
You better make some butter toast too.
I know, right?
Yeah. It makes just toast.
Mm.
No good. Out the door.
Yep. Straight to the water. Good morning, everybody. We are your morning team. I'm Jeremy. To my right is Eddie Lugo Studios, and down low is the Mustard Drill, the one and only. Good morning and welcome in. If you are here for the replay, first of all, thank you. And please type in the word #replay in the comments section so we know that you were here. But for those of you that are here right now, welcome in and good morning. First up in the chat was Eddie Lugo Studios. Yo. Good morning, y'all.
That's right.
Next up in the chat is Cruising is Fun Anytime. Listening in the car.
Texas.
Yeah, in Texas. Yeah, that's where we are. Traveling with Tinkerbell. Good morning, family. How's everyone on this beautiful day? Yeah, and baby, I had to go in for a teacher conference this morning. So we'll have to see how that goes. Mike and J&S Adventures. Good morning, everyone.
All right.
Najuma Brown has come in. Good morning. And Traveling with Tinkerbell. Traveling with Tinkerbell has a question. What's Scott drinking so early in the morning?
I'm drinking over ice coffee from my brand new coffee maker. And it is absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
So, one of the best things I have ever purchased.
Yeah, and subsequently, that's his ride to space next month too. So yeah, I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but he's planning a cruise on the Carnival forever, and it's going into space. So I'm glad you got all of that taken care of.
Mike is saying something here to you, Scott.
What?
Wait a minute. What's Mike saying?
No sound effect for us?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Allied reinforcements have arrived from the north.
Oh.
Feel better now?
Listen,
Miguelito?
I'm like, if last night's show was not an indication, I am not on top of my game right now.
Correct.
We had a lot of fun last night.
He's planning that space trip.
Yep.
Let's see. Facebook user, good morning from the Cruise Nuts. Thank you for those pineapples, Cruise Nuts.
Good morning.
Nuts.
Yep. Nuts and pineapples. Sounds good. House of X Entertainment Inc. has made it into the chat. Hello.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
And let's see. Kukiana 8 has made it into the chat. Hello. Welcome in.
What's up?
No, you're right. I am a rookie. Oh, by the way, so I have a question for our allied reinforcements from the north.
Yes.
Okay. I found this coin.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I gotta put it in front of my face so that I found this coin, right? But it doesn't have a bird on it. Like, don't you guys have a coin? It's called like a loon or something because it has like a bird on it. But this one has like a bear or something on it. Obviously, it's a $2 bill. But does this one have like a nickname or something like that? That has a bear on it and not a bird?
That's a good question. And let's see, Bone Tired Travelers has made it in. Hello, welcome in.
I get the feeling someone is watching us.
Yeah, Traveling with Tinkerbell says Scott is enjoying his coffee way too much. No sound effects.
Yep.
Yep.
Seriously, that thing makes amazing coffee.
We don't know. We don't know that. We're not there. So, Mr. Starbucks.
Hey, Nets V Blog has made it in. Good morning.
Hey! ¿Qué pasa? Hola, you.
So it's called a toonie? Why is it called a toonie?
Toonie? What's a toonie? Oh, toonie. Oh, the
like what? Like it has a bear on it and looks like a picture of a dead monarch. So how do you get toonie from that?
Because it's a two. Isn't that a $2 bill?
Oh, that's how you get it, because it's a $2 coin.
That's what I'm assuming. So,
yep.
Wow.
Me no know.
Well, and yeah, since we do have people from other countries here, we do have American currency in the form of paper that never gets destroyed, but some of the rarer bills amongst that is a $2 bill, and you know, there is the funny story. It's a scrap metal company in Houston that pays you in $2 bills, so it's yeah, it's pretty cool. That's
I have some $2 bills. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only currency that I collect is $2 bills, because they are rare to come across. You know, it's not regular currency over here. And Facebook user is asking questions. Scott, what is the brand and model of that coffee maker, please?
It is the brand is DeLonghi.
Good one.
Yep. And it is called a Magnifica Evo.
I knew that thing was flying to the moon. That just sounds like it's going somewhere.
There's two models for the Evo, for the Magnifica Evo, one with and without the milk frothing attachment, and mine has the milk frothing attachment on it. So.
Well, that'll work.
Yep. Amazing thing.
Create the little extra. Oh, let's see. Today is September 20th. And I know that Scott is leaving in a couple of days.
I am. 3 days.
Oh.
Although my countdown probably says 4, right? But I don't count the day I'm on.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. My countdown says 4.
Oh.
But 3 days. I'm on a train to Brooklyn on Saturday. According to Eddie, I'm staying in the part of Brooklyn where they roll the sidewalks up at night.
Nice.
And
the rats come out to play.
Oh my God. Come on.
That's right. And let's see. This is our current situation here in Galveston on September 20th, and we are waking up once again to 83 degrees with 66% humidity. If you are here this afternoon or coming down, we are going to be at 4 p.m. at 89 degrees. We're just touching 90. It has to be 90 for some unknown reason. With 62% humidity and sunny. We're happy for the lower humidity. Thank you, cold front, for coming through. We really appreciate that. But that is the beach here in Galveston. And it looked like they put some pirate flags up there. It was zoomed in a while ago. That's pretty cool, I suppose.
Well, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning to try to score an appointment for a COVID booster. And at that time, it was 48 degrees here.
Nice.
It has currently warmed up to a balmy 59, on its way up to an acceptable 77 degrees.
Nice. At least you get some relief. And Mike and Rihanna has a question. Scott, do you have your loonies?
I do not. This is the only one I have for some reason. I thought I had more, and maybe I might. I don't know. Maybe I might have more. I don't know. But I just happened to see this one yesterday, and I thought I'm gonna take it with me to my desk and ask the allies about it in the morning.
Yeah. You know, that sounds like a clothing brand, Loonies. Not brand, but a clothing type.
Well, I heard them talking about it on their Sunday Live, right? I think I heard them talking briefly about it. And I think Rihanna said that one of them is called a loony because there's a bird called a loon or something like that on it.
Okay.
So when I looked at that one, it doesn't have a bird on it. It has a bear, right? So I thought, I wonder what that one's called.
Yep.
Now I know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Denise. Fruit of the Loonies.
We all are. Yeah. We are a bunch of loonies here. We're a big ball of loonies.
Yes. And let's see. On this day in history, September 20th, in 1792, the French Legislative Assembly was replaced by the National Convention, marking the formal beginning of the First Republic. In 1854, British and French forces defeated the Russians at the Battle of the Alma, a victory that left the Russian naval base of Sevastopol vulnerable and endangered the entire Russian position of the Crimean War. In 1886, the South African city of Johannesburg was founded. In 1946, delayed because of World War II, the first Cannes Film Festival began, and it became one of the cinema's major annual events. In 1973, in a much publicized Battle of the Sexes tennis match, Billie Jean King defeated Bobby Riggs. In 1998, American professional baseball player Cal Ripken Jr. ended his streak of 2,632 consecutive games played. In 2011, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, a U.S. military policy that theoretically lifted a ban on homosexuals in the armed forces, provided that individuals kept their sexuality private, officially ended. 2017, Hurricane Maria struck Puerto Rico, causing more than $90 billion in damages, and according to government officials, nearly 3,000 deaths.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, because Shanster is going to Rome, this is important. On this day in 1870, Italian troops occupied Rome, leading to the eventual incorporation of Rome into the Kingdom of Italy and the limiting of papal governing authority to the Vatican itself and a small district around it. So a little history before she takes off. And that will do it for On This Day in History. That's right. That's right. Let's check in. Thank you, Denise.
Oh, are you laughing at the Tidy Whitey's comment?
Yes.
I gotcha.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. Whenever you said loonies, I'm like, yeah, that's for the loon. And let's see, nobody else has made it into the chat. So let's talk about for a second. Okay, we all are travelers here. We all are cruisers here. And generally we say, just jump on a cruise ship. Okay, it doesn't matter where you're going. Just jump on a ship because we love cruising, and we think you should too. Okay, but one thing that is not talked about as much is choosing the right cruise line for your preferences. You know, we don't know everybody, and we don't know how you would like to vacation. You know, are you more of a relaxed person? Are you more of a party person? You know, and stuff like that. And there is a cruise line out there for you. But you know, I would like to bring back into the conversation the differences between our preferred cruise lines. Mine is Carnival, Eddie is NCL, and Scott is Royal Caribbean. And I would like for us to discuss why these cruise lines are, you know, our favorites, and what is the draw for each and every one of us to these cruise lines, and why we stick with them and love them so much. We'll begin with Scott.
All right. Please do not hate on me, okay, if this comes out of my mouth wrong. All right. But so here's the thing. I started off cruising Royal Caribbean just because, you know, I was told a long time ago that Carnival and Royal Caribbean were very similar and I could just pick one, right? Because I really wouldn't see that much of a difference. Later, I think I did see a decent difference between the two. But in any event, I picked Royal Caribbean. I started sailing them. Now, when I look back on it all, I feel like Royal Caribbean is just a bit more refined than Carnival, and I personally prefer that. There's nothing wrong with Carnival. I sail Carnival an awful lot. I am platinum on Carnival, so I have sailed Carnival a lot, and I like Carnival. It's just that for me, especially as I get older, I like a more laid back. I like a little bit more refined. I don't like as much party and I don't want to say Walmart, but I want just a little bit more elegance and a little bit more refinement. And for me, that is Royal Caribbean.
Eddie?
Well, that's how I feel also about NCL. It's more higher age, I would say, when it comes to NCL. Also, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people drinking and having a good time and all that. It's like in every other cruise, but it seems like the party in NCL is not as big as Carnival. I did Carnival many times back in the 80s and 90s, so I wanted to do something differently. I was looking into Royal Caribbean when Alice introduced me to NCL. Once I got into NCL, I did enjoy it. I wanted to do it again. By the second day, on the next day, I wanted to book another cruise already with NCL on the spot, and we did. And we've been having a great deal, great experiences so far on NCL. And don't get me wrong, we're going back to Carnival just coming up in October. And you bless you. And I even have my first group cruise on Carnival also. We're going to be trying Celebrity for the first time in June. And then this coming up January, we're going to hit the NCL Prima. And I already got another group cruise 2025 with NCL also. Want to keep going with NCL since we're already there and go to the highest we can. Eventually, we'll be hitting more Carnival, but like I do the same sentiment like as God does about Carnival. I'm not too much into the drinking and party and the whole atmosphere. I used to be an alcoholic myself 23 years ago, and I don't like being around that type of situation. I try to avoid it as much as I can. I do go to the casinos, I go to the bars, I go hang out with people, go to the atrium, people drinking next to me. That doesn't bother me, but I am not doing it myself. There could be happening something in the Lido, a lot of party, a lot of going on, and I'll be in the atrium, I'll be someplace else doing one of the shows, doing one learning about something, watching a movie or something else, or maybe out on port. Besides being on the little, how the experience will be this time in Carnival, we'll find out. Ships are different now for me, and it's gonna be Alice's first time on Carnival, so I'm hoping that she'll have a great experience, and we both will enjoy it. So our next cruise that we have October next year, we'll have a great time too. But to each his own. Everybody, I know everybody go there to have a great time and do their thing. No, Mike and Rihanna, I've never been to Royal Caribbean, not yet. We're doing Celebrity, which is part of Royal Caribbean, but it's not a Royal Caribbean ship by itself. But eventually, I know we'll eventually will be in one. Alice did back in 2010. She did a cruise in Royal Caribbean with her four sisters. They left from New Jersey. They went to Bermuda in a 5-day cruise. Um, and that's when in 2010 we were talking about it. Then in 2016, Royal Caribbean started coming out with those great commercials, with the music, the shows, the that's when the Oasis class started coming out. So they were promoting Royal Caribbean big time. So I wanted to go to Royal Caribbean, and we end up with NCL, because NCL it was right on Pier 88 in New York City. Royal Caribbean, we have to go to Bayonne, New Jersey. I didn't feel like going to Jersey, so we stayed within reason in the city. So that's why Norwegian came around, and I'm glad that we picked Norwegian. Escape, we did Escape the first cruise, and it was excellent. Then the following year we did the Bliss, Breakaway this past January, February, and I am looking forward to go back to NCL. But we'll be testing Carnival for the first time and Celebrity next year. So we'll see how that goes. You know what I mean?
As for me, I have only cruised Carnival. So with me not having anything from my personal experience to compare it to, Carnival is my favorite because it was my first. It's also the fact that I like to be in the party. I like to be in the events, go from one thing to the next, one thing to the next with no relaxing in between. When we get an interior room, on the other hand, there is some relaxing in between because the room just puts you to sleep. The constant things going on is what helps keep the cruise going for me. If it's just a whole bunch of relaxing, then I feel as though we would probably need to upgrade and become balcony people. I feel as though our cruise experience is going to be different if there's not a whole lot of constant things going on for us to do. Also, whenever baby checks out at the end of the day after dinner, I like to have something to go to besides the club, because I'm not a club guy. I'm not one to just go to the club and dance and drink and stuff like that. Instead, I would rather go to like a deck party or something like that, so where everybody's having fun all together, and there's not too much separation that happens. Everybody comes to these parties, young, old, just everybody's having a great time, and it's in your face. It's like, here's our fun, let's have it. That's what I admire a lot about Carnival. The fact that I've been doing a lot of training and studying the differences between the cruise lines, what I would like to try is Virgin Voyages. Quiet as it's kept, that's a big party ship too. And they have spontaneous parties. Like, you'll be headed through the, I think I saw some vlogs where they were just headed through the atrium, and all of a sudden there's like this, I wouldn't call it a flash mob, but a bunch of the crew members that are dressed just like you and I, it's just regular folks. They just break off into a dance. And I think that would be a nice addition to the cruise. Also, notwithstanding the fact that all of the dining is included, all of it, including the steakhouse. So I would really like to jump on Virgin Voyages. I heard many great things about it. The internet is included, so it would be a different experience for us, and I think I would truly enjoy it. I just wanted to get at the people real quick to, discuss some of the differences between the cruise lines as well and why they are our favorites. Good morning.
Just on Venezia. Venezia is a very nice ship,
Mhm.
and it was more ornate and more decorative than your standard average Carnival ship. But at the same time, when you looked a little closer at everything, it just had kind of like a cheapness to it, like when you looked deeper at like some of the furnishings and stuff, they just looked more like they were laminated or particle board or something.
Right.
I mean, the ornateness was, again, if you didn't think too much about it and you just kind of kept back from it and didn't look at it close, you might have been like, oh, wow, that looks really great. But at the same time, it wasn't really it. Like I said, it was just done kind of really like cheaply. So, and that in itself isn't necessarily my point. It's just kind of my point is that I just, as I get older, my tastes and what I want out of my cruise experience is just evolving and changing. So, I'm looking for something a little bit more regal, for lack of a better way of putting it.
Regal's a good way. Regal is a good way to put it. Good morning, controversial cruising. Welcome into the discussion.
Good morning.
And yeah, we were talking about tidy whities a while ago. Yes. Oh, wait, here we go. Traveling with Tinkerbell says, I just got my invitation to Icon of the Seas and it hurts me to turn it down. I have a group cruise that same week. Ugh. Yep. Facebook user says, I relax after our party. So what kind of cruise line do I need? Anything that's got free alcohol and comfortable beds, LOL. All of them. All of them. The Z Show Cruise Fund. Good morning, content creators from the greatest state in our nation's history, the Lone Star State of...
Oh,
Texas.
sorry. I'm reading comments. I'm reading comments.
Okay, man. That coffee machine, that coffee machine is not working, Scott.
No, it is, but I'm reading. No, seriously, I'm sitting here. I'm like all wired, right? So
Hot
it's working
coffee.
really well. I'm just reading comments. I'm sorry.
You need hot coffee.
And also, Cruise Nut says, so Scott likes more elegant, some laid back, so no more twerking for Scott. LOL.
Twerking? Scott
I am getting a little more bougie, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. That's why, I mean, that's the kind of the whole point. There's a cruise line for everybody, for every taste, for every mood, right? And I am not, I have different likes and dislikes depending on things, right? I had a fantastic time on Carnival, and I will definitely continue to sail Carnival. I have to put myself in the right mindset, right? And sometimes I'm in the mood for Carnival, and sometimes I'm not. So
yeah.
Cool. Journeys with June and Brady have made it back. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
And we will be on her next Friday. I'm assuming the Venezia. Let's see. Cruise Nut says Scott is like fine wine. He's fermenting and he's getting bougie. LOL.
Yeah. Bougie.
Yeah, that's right. Bougie Scott. Let's see.
Because I realize he's just joking about it. Like maybe it seems like I'm getting upset about it. I'm not getting upset about your comments. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to upset anybody either. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm a cruise snob, because I'm definitely not a cruise. My wife is a cruise snob, but I'm not a cruise snob. Okay. I will stay in any room, on any ship, anything, right? But my point is that, like anything, okay, you're going to find, for lack of a better way of putting it, you're going to find riffraff everywhere in life, right? In every situation, no matter where you go, right? Yes. And I sometimes am trying to seek less
Royal
riffraff. Less riffraff, right? Not that there isn't riffraff on Royal Caribbean. It's just there's less.
He's coming to seek the Royal Caribbean, just like the commercial said.
Yeah.
Okay, Elizabeth says Scott is ready for Holland America.
I think Scott is definitely ready for like Princess and Holland America for sure. And she and I were talking. We saw this commercial for Viking River cruises, and I want to go on a Rhine River cruise so bad in Germany. And we were talking about it or whatever, and she was like looking at me. She was like, "Oh my God, the aliens have abducted my husband."
Yes.
So I'm just like, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, people. I'm ready for it.
I've been saying it. You are an alien.
Yes.
Boom.
Absolutely. Yep. Now let's hear what the alien has to say about your daily cruise and travel industry news.
Good morning, Cruise News with Scott.
New York officials push to ban polluting cruise ships. Not really. A new law being introduced by two Democratic city council members in New York, Alexa Avilés of Brooklyn and Eric Botcher of Manhattan, would require visiting cruise ships to hook up to shower. I see poorly written articles, and I'm just reading it word for word. To shore power when docked at either the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal in Red Hook or the Manhattan Cruise Terminal. The ports are in the council members' respective districts, and the lawmakers have legitimate concerns for their constituents. What would people say right now if behind us there were 34,400 idling trucks? Ask Bloucher said that at a rally near the Red Hook Cruise Terminal on Monday, September 18th. There'd be a lot of cameras here right now, and guess what? Something would be done about it. But that's how much pollution is being generated by these ships while they idle in port. While there is no citation for where the comparison of the 34,000 trucks originated, it is true that docked cruise ships must still run their engines and thereby burning fossil fuels to generate electricity while on board. Different ships of different sizes have different fuel efficiencies, however, but there is no denying their emissions in an already crowded city can be problematic. The bill would not ban the cruise ships from visiting the ports, but would simply require them to hook up to shore power while docked, thereby permitting them to turn off their engines and dramatically cut emissions. It would be noted that the Manhattan Cruise Terminal does not have shore power available currently, though the Brooklyn Terminal does have the capability to connect to shore power since 2017. The connections are not frequently used, however, because the electrical sockets are not compatible with every ship that docks there. This could be easily fixed with a mobile cable positioning device that is expected to be in place by autumn of 2024, which hopefully will encourage additional ships to connect while berthed. So that's very interesting, and I happen to agree. I mean, the cruise lines, I think, they at least are putting out their messaging that they're trying to be more carbon neutral and more environmentally friendly. So hopefully they will, adopt those initiatives in New York City. Moving on, Royal Caribbean advances biofuel use in months-long test. Royal Caribbean International's Symphony of the Seas has made a positive green step forward in the maritime sector. The company successfully tested a biofuel blend for the massive ship while it was based out of Barcelona during the 2023 summer season. The biofuel initiative aims to curtail a vessel's overall carbon footprint. The testing, which took place over 12 uninterrupted weeks, saw the ship undergo extensive biofuel trials in European waters. Following our successful trial of biofuels this summer, we are one step closer to bringing our vision for a net zero cruising to life, said Jason Liberty, CEO of Royal Caribbean Group. It says, as we strive to protect and promote the vibrant oceans we sail, we are determined to accelerate initiative in innovation and improve how we deliver vacation experiences responsibly. During the extensive testing, the ship the technical systems operated without safety or quality concerns. In fact, guests on board were none the wiser about the test and enjoyed their cruise vacations. The company began biofuel trials last year, expanding this summer to 2 ships in Europe, including Celebrity Apex. All of the data from these trials has proven valuable insight into biofuel availability and regional scalability. Sustainable biofuel blends created by refining renewable materials like waste oils and fats and mixing them with traditional fuel oil proved to be cleaner and more sustainable.
And that's the way the news goes.
That's right. That's right. And let's see. Bone Tart Traveler says that's why there's more than one cruise line, different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
Mike and Rihanna asked an interesting question. Has anyone on the panel been on a themed cruise? If so, what kind? And if not, would you consider doing one? I'll start here. Ever since the early 90s, I have liked and loved a band. It's like my 3rd favorite band, and it's 311. Every year, 311 does a cruise out of Los Angeles, and I would love to go on a 311 cruise. Unfortunately, because of licensing issues and because of copyright issues, I probably wouldn't be able to vlog much of the performances, because it's their music. But yeah, I would love to be on a 311 cruise.
What about a 420?
No. Nope. Nope. No, and no.
No themed cruises for y'all?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. If there was, something happening that was of interest to me. That I haven't really think too much about it though. I think the closest I've probably been to something like that was I was on a Halloween cruise, and there was a lot of Halloween stuff going on. So,
which we are going on the booze cruise,
right?
Yes.
So yeah, Halloween.
Yeah, I think it was. I think the ship I was on was Allure of the Seas. So
nice.
Yeah.
And I've been on a Christmas cruise so far. Those are kind of nice. You get to see you get to see the matching pajama parade. That is an event by itself. It really is. On Elegant Night, you're seeing whole families dressed up in matching pajamas. It's something to see. It's awesome. If you can get on a Christmas cruise, do that. Ocean Travel has made it in. Thank you for the support for all 4 channels.
Scott Smith's here. Scott Smith's here also.
Yes.
Files.
Morning, bud.
What's up?
Hey, Scott. And yes, the reason why I chose that topic a while ago is based off of Scott's question this morning. And we're asking everybody in the chat to fill in the blank. I wish I knew blank before my first cruise.
So many things I wish I knew. But I guess, to pick one, I wish I knew how much I was going to absolutely fall in love with cruising, and so that I could have done it a lot sooner in my life. But so yep, sorry, nothing wow and shocking about it or whatever. But there's a lot of things that I wish I knew. Like I wish I wish that I knew how much more I would prefer a balcony room than an interior room. I would have spent more time in a balcony. I wish I would have known that I would have gotten triple points for suites, cruising solo for a suite on Royal Caribbean. I would have booked more suites in the beginning, and I would be way closer to Pinnacle than I am now. A whole bunch of things. So, yeah.
Eddie?
Well, I didn't have a passport back then that I recall. I'm glad that we were able to cruise with our birth certificate. I only went to the Bahamas and Nassau, Freeport, and all those places, so it wasn't too bad. I'm glad that I learned about that and eventually got my passport. So when we did Norwegian in 2018, I had a passport and everything ready with me. So I'm glad that I learned about a bunch of that stuff. I didn't know about insurance, any of that. So I wish I would have known, about insurance and all that other stuff before. And I'm glad that Alice was listening. I wasn't. So she listened to all that, and she took care of everything. So by the time we got on the ship, I didn't even know about the muster stuff that I used to do back in the 80s and 90s. And then when we got to the ship in New York, I wanted to take a nap, and she's like, "No, we gotta go do this muster drill." I'm like, "So here's my card, go do it." She's like, "No, you gotta go with me." I'm like, "No, I don't want to go. I want to take a nap." I got all mad and start grumpy and all that. So I ended up getting up and going with her and did the muster drill and all that, and then went back to the cabin and took a light nap, and then we went out to dinner or whatever the heck we did after. So, but yeah, things like that. You get yourself a refresh course before you go in your first cruise, because there's a lot of things you need to get taken care of before you hop in there. So yeah, good learning lesson for Mac and Rihanna. They have their first cruise ever coming up October next year. There's a lot of things they need to learn.
Yep. And as for me, I'm cruising with Pro Cruising is Fun Anytime. So she hit me up to a lot of things. I was very well informed before I went on the cruise. She told me it was a lot of fun, but I'm like, this is way more fun, than because my idea of cruising was a bunch of people sitting around with teacups saying, "Can you pass me my Grey Poupon?" And so that was my idea of cruising. It's like a bunch of bougie people looking down their nose at me and stuff, but it is not the case.
Nope.
There's a lot of fun that can be had on these cruise ships. You just gotta go through your itinerary and see what events are going to be for you and which ones you could probably skip out on. Because there's no way you're going to do everything on the cruise. You want to, but you'll wear yourself out doing that. So
that's right. Yep.
You're gonna have to cherry pick the daily itinerary, which they do give you either through the app or on paper, and say I think I might like to do that, and then just make the events and see how you like it. Let's see. Yeah, I was very well informed, and also big shout out to the to the vloggers that came before us as well. They showed us the way. This is what you can do on this ship at this time, and this is what it's really like.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish YouTube and stuff would have existed before I started cruising, so that I would have had more insight to it or whatever. But it didn't. I had to kind of just go on and and wing it. There wasn't. I mean, the internet was very different. It existed, it didn't exist when I first started cruising, and it existed later, but even then you couldn't find the kind of information then about cruising that you can now just by simply typing it into YouTube.
Right.
Like now you could just find, take your pick, a smorgasbord of information about this and that and anything else.
Yep.
And at the same time, I'm so grateful that that I've only cruised post-pandemic. I wasn't a part of all of that standing around on the deck for 45 minutes. I have never experienced that. And
that was the inspiration for me wearing the life jacket. When I first started my YouTube channel, if you look at my early vlogs, me wearing the life jacket, that was the inspiration for it, because that's what we had to do.
Yeah.
We had to all go back to our cabins and get the darn thing and put it on and then go and stand around there. And then we had to take them all back. Everybody had to go back to the cabins to take the life jackets back. So,
yep. Cruising on the high seas and travel has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let's see. Yeah, Controversial Cruising says if YouTube vloggers existed back then, that would have been cool for you guys to have that experience before you went on.
Yeah.
Bone Tire Traveler says, I've only been on Carnival, love it. Someday we'll try Royal. Learned so much from YouTube prior to our first two cruise together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I learned a lot too. But it's nothing like being out there. And really, we talk about the differences so much to where the things that make them all the same, which is that view, the view of being surrounded by nothing but water, and you're being held up by nature. You've been held up by nature.
I tell myself, like, when I'm on these cruises and stuff, like I was on Venezia, I saw so many things I didn't like and this and that and everything. And I had conversations with lots and lots of cruisers who had been on Venezia for the first time or whatever. And in large part, the consensus was that nobody liked it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody liked the ship, right? Compared to like other Carnival ships.
Yeah.
They didn't hate it, but they didn't like it. And, but I kept kept coming back to a single point in my mind through the entire process and the entire experience was, but I'm still on a cruise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the worst cruise in the world is better than some of the best days at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's simply because of that, just gazing out over the water, the simplicity. That's what it is. That's the best thing you're going to experience on every single cruise. Yep. Journeys with June and Brady said, we have only been on Carnival, but we want to try Virgin. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. I really am. That is the closest thing you're going to get to an all-inclusive ever in cruising.
I want to try Virgin too, but the problem with Virgin is they have short cruises.
Yeah.
Right? I have not found any 7 or longer day cruises on Virgin at all. And for me, it is not worth flying to Florida for 3 and 4 days.
Right.
Just not.
And let's see. Mike and Rana says, YouTube has been very helpful, and we have met a lot of great people and made a lot of great friendships through YouTube. That's good. That's good. That way, whenever you step on the ship, Eddie's going to smack you up real good and say, welcome to cruising. That's right. Watch out for Eddie. Oh, snap. We got 38 more days till Cruise Day on the OG Booze Cruise.
That's right.
I know that is right. But
I'm so excited for you guys. I can't wait till, all this stuff starts coming out from that cruise or whatever. Yeah. So.
Well, to be fair, we're sitting on the sideline waiting on, stuff coming out from the mustard. There might be some waiting involved.
I'm gonna do the honor silence motivation myself. I'm gonna wait till 2025 to bring out my blogs, so Scott doesn't feel that bad.
Okay. Good.
Listen, I am still actively vlogging on all my cruises, like I have always done from the moment I started my channel. I'm sitting on, terabytes of vlog material. I just have to put it all together.
Absolutely. And speaking of Halloween cruises, I believe that Mr. Eddie has some secrets that he would like to share.
Well, talking about secrets, October 28, 2024, next year, baby, coming out of Tampa on the Carnival Paradise. We're going to leave Tampa and go down to Key West, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman on a 6-day cruise. Please get in touch with Bruce at Ocean Travel for all the info needed. There's a bunch of creators coming on that cruise. House of X will be in charge of a couple elegant nights. Mike and Rihanna have a Facebook group that they have all the info there to check it out. Come over, join the group, and get in touch with Bruce. Get it going.
Booze Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios. Out of Tampa, Florida. Port of calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
Yeah, baby. And even better, January 26th, 2025 on the NCL Viva, a brand new ship on a 7-day. Listen to this, 7-day, 8-port day. No sea days whatsoever. Flying, living out of San Juan on the NCL Viva. Going to the ABC Islands, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and back to San Juan. So it's like 8 ports in 7 days. It's going to be an excellent adventure. Also, get in touch with Bruce. We're going to be there January 26, 2025, NCL Viva.
Caribbean Conquest 2025. Hosted by Eddie and Alice Lugo Studios, out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Aboard the Norwegian Viva. Ports of call, Riva, Bonaire, Curacao, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, St. Lucia, St. Kitts. Come join us for this great cruise, January 26th, February 2nd, 2025. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
right.
Mm-hmm.
We should get Tinker. We should get Tinker to narrate that video, like do another one, but get Tinker to narrate it
Right,
because
right.
I love how she says "Corisao."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Sea Lake Journeys has made it in. Good morning.
Just please help me
morning.
convince Tinkerbell to make that cruise so she can bring her dad in it. And
I know,
it's
right?
also my 60th birthday, and there's a racetrack in this cruise. So we'll
It's kind of a
definitely me and
no-brainer. I
her
mean,
dad
he
to
lives
run.
there, right?
Say that again.
So,
Follow the Bradley's Fun has made it in. Hello, welcome in.
Good morning.
And Journeys with June and Brady says, we are looking forward to Grand Cayman. We have never been there. Me neither. I've never been there, but I have been to Key West. Woo! Let me tell you, Key
I've been
West.
to Grand Cayman 3 times.
Yeah.
First time I went there, I went to the turtle farm, and it was amazing. Second time I went there, I can't remember what we did. And the third time we went there, I went to Stingray City and was terrified the entire time and could not wait to get back on the boat.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will
Yeah,
beat you.
No stingrays here.
No,
Oh, me neither.
not
Nope.
digging that at all. I mean, if you're not afraid of stingrays or not worried about, something going wrong, despite the insistence of the people who take you there that it's perfectly fine, they are wild animals. They are wild creatures in their own habitat, and anything can happen. And, and I'm not trying to die.
Yep.
On vacation or otherwise. So,
Yeah, we don't want to be an earwin.
plus I'm a short guy and the water came up to like here on me. So I wasn't digging that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Now,
like
Jeremy would be completely fine.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No,
half
no,
of
no.
body's out of the water.
Fake news. Fake news. I can holler fake news too.
I could take Scott and put him on my shoulders, and we'll still be shorter than you.
Let me see. We are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is. Oh, snap! Bone Tar Traveler says we're doing the stingrays.
Oy vey.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a perfectly fine excursion as long as you aren't worried about the stingrays. I just personally was.
Okay, here I am with the stingrays. Hashtag remember Steve Irwin.
That's right.
Yeah, and this is fake news too. Ocean Travel says Jeremy loves the stingrays.
Yeah, Jeremy loves stingrays as much as he loves bears.
Yes, I love to see them on screens, but I don't know about in person.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, when I see stingrays in aquariums, they look so beautiful and graceful, like they're flying through the water. It's amazing. Yes, but standing around on a sandbar 3 miles off the coast of the island.
I mean, I would even do a glass bottom boat. I would love to look at them, but as far as being in their habitat, I've always been taught, don't go into wild animals' habitat unless you want to get attacked by a wild animal. That's just across the board.
Right.
Yep.
Tinker, that's probably what I would end up doing. It's just that, in and itself, I wouldn't do it because it's just too short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And speaking of...
to me, a 7 days short.
Speaking of no way to get into this next section smoothly, Eddie, who is coming on for the remainder of the day?
Oh my God, where did he go? I had it right here ready. Okay, no worries, my man. No worries. Here we go. Following us, 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern Time will be live with Blinda and Chuck. 11 a.m. Eastern, Cruise Bed Adventures. Roy and Becky's Travels, 1 p.m. 6 p.m. Destination Fun. A premiere by Fisher Fun Ventures at 7:30 Eastern. 8 p.m. House of X Entertainment, Inc. Wait a minute. Oh, whoops. Wait a minute. No, reading the whole thing. Oy. My bad. Hold on. That was yesterday's shows.
See, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's not on his game today.
Where's the rest of it?
And that happened to CME a while ago too. I think they posted the wrong one.
Yeah, I don't think they have one for today. That's what it is. That's what it is. I will say that right after us will be probably what's his name?
Darian?
Fun at 10 a.m. maybe 11 to 30 for his workout, whatever that is. 11 will probably be Mr. Cruise Bed Adventures. I know that 1 p.m. will be Roy and Becky's Travels. 6 p.m. is today's Wednesday, so it will be just 2 tours at 6 p.m. Maybe Sherry Awesome Sunsets might be also there. 7 p.m. I believe is Controversial Cruising and Bill Wanstrom on their live tonight at 7. 8 p.m. will be Live with Mountain Folk and other groups. 9 p.m. 8 p.m. also will be Antonietta's Fun. And I think Chancellor's Travels have another live also today, either 7 or 8 Eastern p.m. And then later tonight, maybe the what's the 3 group of the 3 little girls? I have a shirt from them, but I can't remember the name. No, there's a 9 p.m. I can't recall the name. My apologies. But yep, I believe that's the lineup for the day.
Cool. Well,
and of course, YouTube has a fantastic browse feature as well. So,
amen. Thank you.
Absolutely. And let's see. With that, we will go ahead and close out today's show. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Everybody take care of each other out there. Hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
Bye.